So a few days ago now, we got the multiplayer reveal for Call of Duty Black Ops 7. So in today's video, I'm going to be covering everything you need to know about Black Ops 7 multiplayer. So without further ado, buckle your seatbelts, make sure you subscribe to the channel, and let's get into things. So starting off, we are going to be going through the blog post with the multiplayer deep dive, and first things first, new game modes. In Black Ops 7, we will see two new game modes, one 6v6 game mode being called Overload, and the new 20 versus 20 game mode, which will be called Skirmish. Now, Skirmish is very self-explanatory, it's literally just normal multiplayer game modes, but in 20v20, so I do expect to see Team Deathmatch, Domination, Hardpoint, game modes like that. Maybe not Hardpoint, but you know what I mean. Now, Overload is basically a boots-to-the-ground version of Uplink, which I believe is from Black Ops 3, where you will fight for possession of the Overload device in this new push-and-pull 6v6 respawn mode. And basically, the objective is to bring the Overload device to the enemy zones to overload them. The team in charge of the dice must protect the carrier as they run towards one of the two designated zones near the enemy team's starting spawn. Disrupt one of the zones in time to score a point and a spawn new device in the field. Now, this game mode will actually be in the beta alongside with your usual Team Deathmatch, Kill Confirmed, and all of them. Sadly, Search and Destroy fans, you're not going to be happy. Search and Destroy will not be in the beta. However, obviously, that could change. Now onto one of the biggest talking points of Black Ops 6, and something that Black Ops 7 will definitely have to deliver on, and that is maps. For Black Ops 7, we will see 18 maps at launch, 2 20v20 maps, and 16 6v6 maps, 6 of which will be in the beta, and 3 of which are returning from Black Ops 2, Express, Hijacked, and Raid. Now, I would like to go through the maps, but for some reason, Call of Duty haven't released the mini-map of, the map overlay. So, we actually have no idea what these maps will look like. We've only seen a few pictures, we don't know the entire layout, we don't know how they will play. We are basically just guessing, which, I mean, not very promising considering how last year's maps ended up. But what I can tell you is the maps definitely look good. They look colourful, they don't all look dull. I mean, some of them do look dull like for standard Avalon maps, but some of them are definitely interesting and special maps. Now, loadouts for Black Ops 7 aren't really changing. You will still have the gunsmith with your primary, secondary, your melee, lethals, tacticals, equipment, and your wildcard. However, score streaks and your equipment will now be getting overclocks. This new overclock feature basically allows you to add kind of like a perk to all your equipment, so you can make your grenades do more damage, you could reduce the cost for a score streak. On paper it looks like a good idea, but I'm just slightly concerned of how this could potentially be a bit broken. Now, alongside your loadouts, of course, you have the perk system. Now, the perk system is definitely one of the things that is getting criticised the most for Black Ops 7, because for some reason, it just feels like some of the perk columns are just useless compared to others. Like, perk column 1, they have some pretty stacked perks. They have Gun Cove, they have Ghost, they have Ninja, they have Flak Jacket. Whereas column 2, there's not really any good perks you'd want to use. So perks definitely need to be balanced. As well, there are a few new perks like Tac Sprint. Tac Sprint is now a perk, it's not just a basic thing in the game. I still think it should have been a setting if you enable it or not. But with the new perk system, they are bringing back specialities. These are basically, in Black Ops 6, if you had 3 perks that have the same colour, you would get a bonus perk. But now we have core and hybrid specialities. So the core ones are just how they work in Black Ops 6. The hybrid specialities is now you only need 2 perks of the same colour and another perk, and you will get a hybrid speciality. So they really do want you to choose your perks that fit your playstyle. But I mean, we already know there will definitely be crutch perks in this game. I mean, Black Ops 6, everyone runs Ninja, everyone runs Gun Co, everyone basically runs Fast Hands. It's like, they definitely need to fix up perk variety. Now onto weapons. Black Ops 7 will provide you with 30 weapons at launch, 16 of which will be brand new to the Call of Duty franchise. Now, I believe that 16 of the 30 weapons will be in the beta, correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm just slightly scared because we've seen in previous betas, some weapons are OP, and even after nerfed, they still just dominate the beta. So I really do hope that we can see a lot more weapon balancing this year. Now, with the Gunsmith, we will get weapon sharing codes. These are basically, you'll be able to create your own loadout, generate a code for that loadout, and then share it with your friends. They can go and input the code and basically copy and paste the loadout. However, obviously, because there are limited loadouts in the game, I do believe that if a loadout already exists, you won't be able to generate a new code for it. Again, another feature that on paper, it looks like a good feature, but it also does seem slightly pointless. I mean, what's quicker, entering a full-on 25-digit code to get a loadout, or just putting in the 5 to 8 attachments? Now, another thing they definitely did not hold back on showing was the score streaks. We have 21 score streaks at the launch of Black Ops 7, a few of them being new. However, I've heard a few criticisms about, score streaks not really being that new, or score streaks that you will basically never see. Now, obviously, I don't want to complain about skill-based matchmaking or the anti-cheat, because obviously this is just focusing on the new content. However, there's probably going to be a lot of score streaks you will barely ever see because of the matchmaking. So from a marketing perspective, I don't get why they focused a lot on the score streaks. Now, another big thing from Black Ops 6 continuing into Black Ops 7 is the Omni Movement. And with Omni Movement, we are getting the addition of wall jumps. Now, I believe you should be limited to only 3 wall jumps consecutively. And from what we've seen on the trailer, it definitely looks like the movement may have been slightly slowed to compensate for these wall jumps. Now, obviously, Tac Sprint is no longer default. If you want Tac Sprint, you will have to use a perk. And another new feature with the body shield. In Black Ops 6, you can basically, if you sneak up behind someone, you can grab them and use them as a full-on meat shield. Now, in Black Ops 7, you'll be able to stick a grenade to their back and push them forward, causing them to blow up to their deaths and potentially even blow up their teammates. I don't know how efficient this will actually be used, but I mean, we could definitely see some very funny clips from this. Now on to progression, probably my favourite section of the multiplayer reveal, because I am a progression nerd. I love grinding the game. I've been going for all the camos, I've done the Prestige Master grind. If there's nothing for me to grind, I am less likely to play a game. So starting off, Master Prestige and the Prestige Master grind will be returning. This is basically every 55 levels, you can choose to Prestige, it'll reset all of your loadouts, all of your weapons. I'm also guessing that they'll be bringing back for 1 free unlock token per Prestige, I'm just assuming that. But new to Black Ops 7, they are bringing Weapon Prestige. Each weapon will have 3 different prestige levels, Weapon Prestige 1, Prestige 2, and then Weapon Prestige Master. The first 2 prestiges being levels 1 to 50, and the final prestige being all the way up to level 250. Now, between each prestige, yes, you will lose your attachments. However, prestiging will allow you to unlock specific weapon attachments that you can't just unlock without prestiging, and as well as that, if you are a camo grinder, Weapon Prestige will have camos that you can unlock. The first 2 prestiges will each have its own camo, and then for Weapon Prestige Master, there will be 3 camos unlocked at level 100, 150, and I believe either 200 or 250. Now this brings us to the camo grind. So as we know, it wouldn't be a Call of Duty multiplayer experience without a camo grind. Now it's going to be extremely similar to Black Ops 6, however each gun will only require 80 headshots instead of 100 for the 9 military camos. Now, snipers will no longer require headshots, they'll require 1 shot 1 kills, and shotguns will require point blank kills. In addition to that, your 2 special camos, we're now getting 3 special camos. And then your standard 4 mastery camos. In addition to this, they are bringing back weekly challenges for Modern Warfare 3, where you'll will be able to earn camos. There'll also be calling card challenges. Basically, they are shoving all of their toys onto progression. Now, surprisingly, we have actually heard a small bit of info about Warzone camos. Apparently, Treyarch and Raven are going to be looking at camo challenges that people found frustrating for Warzone, and they will be removing them and replacing them with a different challenge. And returning from Black Ops 6, we will have the weapon mastery badges. I'm not gonna lie, I generally think the mastery badges are kind of pointless. They are very easy to get. I think it requires like 500 kills on a weapon just to get the gold mastery badge. And I mean, as someone who had to get 1,000 kills on 36 different weapons in Modern Warfare 3, that's literally just a piece of cake. Now, you will be able to get to play through a large portion of this content in the beta. Early access beta, where you have to pre-order the game to play, will be from the October 2nd to October 5th, and then the full open beta is October 5th to October 8th. But now we get on to, what do I think of this multiplayer reveal? I generally cannot lie, after seeing the trailer and the full deep dive blog, I am highly optimistic about Black Ops 7 multiplayer. Obviously, I am a multiplayer grinder. Zombies, yep, zombies is alright, I don't really care much about it. Warzone, I could not care less. Multiplayer 6v6 is my cup of tea. And it really does feel like they are literally nailing down on content. And I mean, I can't really say anything bad about them focusing on content and progression. Obviously, I'm a progression junkie. If I'm not doing anything, I will get bored. Obviously, I do have a few criticisms with reveal. The perk system definitely needs to be rebalanced. Hopefully, they can also show us the actual map layouts, as that also is very concerning. But other than that, I don't really have many other complaints. I have seen a few people complaining about them not talking about the matchmaking or the anti-cheat, but I'm not gonna lie, I don't care, because this is specifically a multiplayer reveal, whereas matchmaking and the anti-cheat is more just general Call of Duty news. But does this mean you should buy Black Ops 7? I've said this before, and I'm gonna say it again, play the open beta. If you're still not entirely sure, maybe get it on Game Pass just for a month, and then if you're having fun, feel free to buy the game. Obviously, I don't think you should pre-order straight away. However, I will be pre-ordering it, mainly so I can also get the Black Ops 6 content. And obviously, early access to the beta. But anyway, that is everything you need to know about the Black Ops 7 multiplayer reveal. Hopefully you enjoyed the video. Let me know in the comment section down below. Are you excited for Black Ops 7 multiplayer? If you're new to the channel, make sure to like and subscribe. It really does help us out. I'm hoping to see a bit more growth throughout Black Ops 7, and you guys are the absolute best. Now, with all that being said, I've been Chris Dex. I hope you have an amazing day, and I'll see you guys in the next one.